Hi there, boys and girls. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Sir Alex Ferguson save. And what an episode we've got for you today. FA Cup semi-final against Liverpool and a huge Champions League game, quarter-final, first leg at St James's Park against Real Madrid. Huge episode for you today, coming in to the final weeks of the season. Now, before we get into everything today, as always, to show you support on the channel and on the series, hit that like button down below. Make sure you absolutely smash it today with this episode coming up for you. While you're down there as well, if you are new around here and you're enjoying what you see, hit that subscribe button and then follow it up with ticking those notifications on, hitting that bell and hitting all the notifications, turning it on so you get notified every time a video goes live. So before we get into the first game today against Liverpool, we have played a couple of games since we last met. First one up was against Fulham. So we went to Craven Cottage and a really good game here. Antonio Marin with a brace, Bastoni with a goal just after half time, and Paul Draper just before time made it a little bit nervy, but we came through. 3-1 winners away at Craven Cottage. Then we came back home to St James's Park and a very narrow 1-0 win. James Maddison on the 8th minute against Crystal Palace, winning us the game and giving us another set of 3 points. Palace setting up really defensively against us there. Let's see how the league table looks, and we are a massive 11 points clear. Pretty much all teams played roughly about the same sort of games. Liverpool the only ones that have got 2 games in hand, so they can leapfrog Spurs in third, but we're 11 points clear of City. Tottenham are a further 4 points behind them, so we're 15 points clear of Spurs, and then Liverpool massive point deduction between us and them. United up into 5th, Southampton and Brighton still going really strong for those Europa League places. Chelsea in 8th and Arsenal still in 14th, having a horrible season are the Gunners. And we will play Liverpool in this first game. This is going to be the lineup. So we've got Rakitic in goal, Dodo, Porconi, Zagadou and Bilal are the back line. We've got Teixeira and Lauritsen in the middle of midfield, and Bolo on the right, Marin on the left, Maddison in behind, Aldolfo on the bench, Bastoni, Cook, Maya, Keane, Teresiano back from his injury. We'll get him some game time because he's not exactly match sharp. Will Perry's there, as also is Alberto Ferreira. Fetiart nearly back, anywhere between 9 days and a couple of weeks out, and hopefully we'll have him back sooner rather than later. Let's go to Wembley and let's see if we can get to another FA Cup final. Corner for Liverpool, out to Ben Woodburn, into Tonali. He's going to go for a goal. He is, and just wide of that post. Liverpool first highlight of the game after 10 minutes. And really cagey affair is this semi-final. Both teams knowing each other really well. Liverpool probably one of our rivals in this save. The last couple of years been going toe-to-toe with the Premier League. Half hour gone now, still 0-0. Having a little bit more of the game in this second part of the first half, and 5 minutes before half time, we're going to find Mbolo. No, we're not. Grimaldo comes in and nicks the ball off Briel, and a good tackle by Teixeira on Ben Woodburn. Dodo finding Lauritsen into James Maddison, being pressed by Liverpool. Mbolo back to Maddison. Teixeira got Marin out on our left-hand side, but we're playing patiently, keeping the ball, moving the ball, making Liverpool chase us. Maddison now just find that ball out to Antonio Marin into the back post. Aldolfo's there, in off the crossbar, and Aldolfo scores 5 minutes from half time. His 18th goal of the season, and lovely patient play in the middle of midfield between Mbolo, Teixeira, Maddison, Lauritsen and Porconi. We finally get the ball out to Marin. A lovely ball into the back post. He loses De Ligt and Van Dijk. 1-0 to Newcastle. That sees us through to half-time. Liverpool had the first chance of the game, went just wide from Tonali, but we've come back into it and actually placed our dominance on this game. Aldolfo scoring just before half-time. Just going to tell the guys calmly, things are going well, but we are capable of a little bit better. Again, keep it all calm, saying they weren't too bad, they can still improve, got faith in them and all that. Let's get out to this second half and hopefully get through to the FA Cup final. Maddison, free kick deep into Mbolo, but De Ligt gets there. Zagadou goes for a header. It falls to Raya. He pushes it out, but only as far as Antonio Marin, his 15th goal of the season, and it's 2-0 to Newcastle. I think it's a real big mistake from Raya in goal. Mbolo thought he was going to get there. De Ligt, Zagadou heads it on, but Raya, it's a terrible goalkeeping mistake. It falls to Marin. 2-0 just on the outmark. corner. It's going to be Marin to in-swing it. Sancho can only get it clear as far as Teresiano, and Teresiano puts that into the top right-hand corner. I don't know whether they got a little bit of a deflection to put it in there, but Raya was, stumped on his line. Marin whips this ball in. It's a decent-ish header out from Sancho. Teresiano, one touch, and no deflection. Just rifled into that top corner. 3-0. We're through to the FA Cup final. Teresiano picking the ball up from Lewis Cook, and we find Marin on this left-hand side. He goes all the way out to Will Perry. Perry now driving forward on that right wing. Is he going to go for goal? He is. Will Perry goes for a shot. Unlucky from the young Englishman. Couple of minutes to play now, and we're going for another attack. Bellau tries to get the ball into Adolfo. He does, trying to get that ball into the back post, but they get the ball clear. Cook into Teresiano. Can he find a ball out to Dodo on that right-hand side? He doesn't, and they go on the counter-attack. Bernardo down this right-hand side. Bellau trying to get back to him. Put him off a little bit, I think, and he shoots well wide. And there we have it, full time whistle goes, and a really dominant display against Liverpool. 3-0 winners. Adolfo just before the first half whistle was going to go. Marin on the hour mark, and Teresiano coming off the bench, getting a little bit of game time on his legs, scores a goal with a couple of minutes from time, rounding off a 3-0 win. We'll find out who we play in the final later on in today's episode, and then we've got the game against Real Madrid. So United played Swansea in the second semi-final, and United came through. So we'll play United in the final on the 17th of May. That'll be the last game of the domestic season anyway, unless we get into the Champions League final. But yeah, United in the FA Cup final, and we've also got Liverpool on the last day of the season at Anfield. So could be a nice little double header there going into that one. But now, the big one, Madrid at home, Champions League quarter-final, first leg. Let's look at the team. So the team that started against Liverpool will start against Madrid. Same lineup as regards to the first 11. Only changes on the bench. Alberto Ferrer isn't registered for the Champions League, so Enrique comes on for the bench. The rest of it stays exactly the same. Moise Kean will probably be my backup striker if we need it, but Adolfo playing really well so far this season. 18 goals, 7.05 on the ratings, but he's only got 2 goals in the Premier League, so might have to look about what we do with Adolfo going forward. But at the minute, he's playing well for us. Hopefully he will score important goals in this first leg, so we can take a good lead away to the Bernabeu. As regards to Madrid, they're lined up with a 4-2-3-1 as well. Courtois in goal, Hakimi, Tar, Biro, and Hernandez are the back line. Bruno Fernandes and Nicola Barella comes back again to his old stomping ground at St James's Park. Zakuri on the left, Zivkovic on the right, Isco in behind Belotti. A lot of real-life players still at Real Madrid. Still got Carvajal, Ceballos, Lewandowski, Cruz, and Rodrigo all on the bench. So they've got firepower on the bench if they need to bring them on. Let's get into it. Let's go in this Champions League quarter-final. Corner, Zivkovic gets that ball in, Barella's at the back post, and we get it off the line, and I think it's rebounded off of Zagadou from a Biro shot. 20 minutes gone, Zivkovic in swinger this time, Rakitic comes out and punches, Barella down to Bruno Fernandes, Biro, and we're pressing it really well, pushing them away, and a really nervy start from Newcastle. Corner again, Zivkovic into the near post, Tars there, heads over, all Real Madrid in this first opening half an hour. First chance for us to go forward, and Marin getting shrugged off the ball from Hakimi. 10 minutes to go in this first half. Isco down that right-hand side to Andrea Belotti. Belotti getting tackled by Bellau. Good tackle from the young German, but he just hoofs that ball clear, and it's a poor header from Hakimi. Maddison, lovely through ball to Adolfo. Pushed a little bit wide. Can he pull one back? He can. Maddison's there, and Maddison scores. 1-0 to Newcastle. 16th goal of the season for the Englishman, and a really good counter-attacking move. Poor header there from Hakimi. Maddison slides that ball down that channel, pushes Adolfo a little bit wide, but he gets that ball back into Maddison's path, fires past Courtois. 1-0 Newcastle. That's half time. Say a nervy start from us in the first half an hour, but we came back and we're actually leading this tie. Maddison's goal 10 minutes before the break. Gonna keep it calm and just say things are going well. You are capable of even better, and it worked last time against Liverpool. Will it work this time against Real Madrid? Let's go for this second half. Dodo throwing the ball in to James Maddison. Back to the Brazilian right back. Lovely ball into Marin at the back post. And what a chance that is to go 2-0 up early on in the second half. Courtois, though, really good positioning from him. Bilal just takes that ball down and finds Zagadou. Back out to Rakovic. Rakovic out to Porcone. Being pressed by the Real Madrid front line, but Mbolo, lovely touch and strength to keep Teo Hernandez off him. Mbolo again into Lauritsen, this time driving forward. Can he find the through ball? Marin this time shoots and scores. He doesn't put it down the throat of Thibaut Courtois, and he makes it 2-0. He should have made it 2-0 a little bit earlier, but lovely strength and pace from Mbolo, keeping Hernandez off. He then finds Lauritsen. He then finds a lovely through ball into Marin, and it's a first time volley past Courtois. 2-0 Newcastle. A highlight after we've scored, and will it go to us or will it go to Real Madrid? Zakuri cuts inside into Andrea Belotti. What a save that is from Rakovic, puts it on the post, and we get the ball clear from that throw-in. No, Hakimi into the ball, into the line, but Maddison gets that ball clear, trying to find Adolfo over the top. Marin now driving forward. He's got Lauritsen there. He finds him. Lauritsen in on goal. Lauritsen scores a third. Wow, what a game this is. I say a highlight after our goal, after our second goal. They hit the post, and then we go from that throw-in down the other end. They hit them on the counter-attack, and we score a third goal. Marin driving forward. Lovely through ball to Lauritsen, and he just calmly puts Courtois on his backside. He goes the other way. 3-0 Newcastle. Just before the hour mark, Isco now on this right-hand side, down the line to Hakimi. Lovely ball into Andrea Belotti, and he heads just over. Striker of his calibre needs to be getting at least on target and not over the bar. Enrique onto Marin. Marin now cuts the ball into Teresiano. Enrique again, come on for a Bilal. Lovely ball in. Can't find Adolfo. And they get the ball clear, and now they're on the counter-attack. But Teixeira, lovely tackle, mops that up, and then Bolo finds Lauritsen into Adolfo. In on the back, hits the post, and Teo Hernandez gets that ball clear. A lovely strength from Adolfo, and hits the post. Zakuri now gets that ball in, and Bastoni with a lovely header away. Zivkovic is in on goal, and a narrow angle hits the post himself. It's a brilliant game, full of action both sides. 15 minutes to go, and Teixeira picks up that ball from Enrique. Marin now cuts inside, finds Teresiano. Teresiano taking on his man, finds Adolfo. He's got Lauritsen there. He's got Mbolo on the overlap, and the shot is straight at Courtois. Could have made it 4-0, and could have made it game over already in this first leg. Minutes before the end of the game, Marin cuts in there and nods the ball out to Teresiano, and Teresiano now driving forward, finds Mbolo on the right hand side. He being forced back, but Teixeira is always there. Porcone now into Lauritsen, into Mbolo. Good play down this right hand side, keeping the ball nice and calmly. Mbolo though being tackled by Rodrigo. We get the ball up to Belotti. He's got Zivkovic on that right hand side, streaming forward our Real Madrid players, but again the wrong decision made. Probably should have played that ball inside. 3 or 4 players driving forward, but couldn't find him, and he went for a shot. Rodrigo, is he going to get the header on? No, Dodo beats his Brazilian counterpart in the air. Final 10 seconds now. What a game this has been. Action going both ways for both sides, and we're going to see the full time whistle go. Newcastle 3, Madrid 0. We worked incredibly hard for that victory. Maddison 10 minutes before half time. Marin just after half time, and Lauritsen just 10 minutes into the second half, really have piled on the misery there for Madrid over, what's that, probably 10-15 in-game minutes, and probably pulled the tie away from them. We have to go to the Bernabeu and probably score at least 1 or 2 goals. If we do that, we're definitely through to the semi-final. And that is when we're going to come back. We're going to do that second leg first up in tomorrow's episode. And we'll also bring you the Tottenham games and the City games, because by that, we could potentially win the league at home to Man City if fixtures go our way. That'll be really, really decent if we can do that with a few games to go before the end of the season. But that is it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed it, please do drop it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new and you don't want to miss any more content. Remember, tick that bell icon so you get all notifications when a video goes live in your sub boxes. And that is it. Until tomorrow, Madrid, Spurs, City. I'll see you soon.